Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am not me. I am art, and I am your host for I Am Smart, the quiz show. The quiz show that people compete for the right to say, I am smart. By engaging with this quiz, you're accepting that you don't know everything. And that's fine. Absolutely nobody does. For instance, why doesn't John Ham advertise ham? I don't know. If you're anything like me, you don't know everything because you spend less time thinking and more time feeling. Yeah? For instance, I feel like the John Ham thing is that maybe it'd be too on the nose, you know? And he likes the more slightly offbeat roles that you wouldn't necessarily expect of him. Which then brings up the question of why doesn't he advertise beef just to throw people off? But then maybe he's a Hindu. Maybe not, but it's what I feel, so I can't be wrong. The format of this quiz, very, very simple, very straightforward. 5 rounds, 5 questions, 5 musings, 30 points overall. All you're going to need for this quiz, something to write with, something to write on, a brain for thinking, and an imaginosphere for imagining. They will both be tested. Optional is a beverage for toasting. I always like to start these shows with a little bit of a toast. Just brings the group together before our mental exertions. I hope you've all got your beverages at the ready so that you may join me in this toast. To me, to you, to anyone with a stupid tattoo. Hey guys, don't worry if you've got a stupid tattoo. It just means that you're lots of fun. You know, you're a fun person. I'm sure people love it when you show up for a night out, right? They're like, oh yeah, this person's here, that's great. But then, you know, all things being fair, they probably groan a little bit if you show up for a lunch engagement. Yeah, they want to spend a very specific type of time with you. Okay, you got to take the rough with the smooth. Cheers. I'm feeling good, guys. How are you, Smarties? How's everybody doing? How are we doing here? Anna Karine, Evening Smarties with a cat emote. Well done. Definitely not due to hello. Nana Hobbob, woo, quiz time. It is indeed quiz time. Overreactor. Overreactor. It's only since you watched my my stream last, Overreactor, that I realised the wonderful pun of your name. Ovary, actor, overreactor. It's word art, and I'm absolutely 100% on board with it, so well done you. TB Douglas also, hello. First time joining it. Well, I'm absolutely thrilled to have you, Overreact. I'm absolutely more thrilled than I can possibly say to have you here. The quiz, as I say, very, very simple. You just need something to write with, something to write on. If you want to go old school, you can use a pen and paper. Sure. But if you want to go new school, use a phone. Use a tablet, tablet. Use whatever you wish. Just write down the question, write down your answers to yourself, and then we'll go through them at the end, and then you can share your musings with us as well. Okay, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time. We're all going to have a heck of a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed learning about Karen Carpenter on the countdown there. Karen Carpenter. Woodwork. Carpenter. Do you get it? I always like a multi-talented musician, yeah? I mean, everybody loves Leona Lewis, but yeah, apart from singing, what are you doing, Leona? Karen Carpenter, she's on the drums. Singing and drumming, hashtag Phil Collins, am I right? And there is no more perfect comparison for any musician. My thanks as ever to Wikipedia for providing the information there. Gosh, well, introductions are done. Everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful time. I'm going to take these headphones off because there is no music. Let's get quizzing. Yay or nay, baby? Yay or nay? In order to be a great artiste, you must be able to discern lies from truth. I'm going to give you 5 statements here, guys. I'm going to give you 5 statements. But do you believe them? Yeah? I'm going to tell you right now, they're not all true. Ooh. If you do believe the statement, you write yay. If you don't believe the statement, you write nay. I couldn't have simplified it any more. And as ever, the round subject is chosen by the high scorer of last week's quiz. Last week, definitely not Duda. Continued. A reign of joy. Earning the high score, and chose, as we know from the title of the whole episode, I don't know why I hide this and try and keep it a secret, because you'll know. It's woodwork. It's woodworking. Yeah? I'm going to give you 5 statements about woodworking, the activity or skill of making items from wood. It includes cabinet making, cabinetry, and furniture. Cabinetry. Isn't that just a heck of a word? Cabinetry. It's a real word. Wood carving, joinery, carpentry, and wood turning. Let's do this. Statement number 1. Oh, it feels good to get the first statement out of the way, doesn't it? Statement number 1. Ooh. Nick Offerman, the most famous celebrity woodworker, is married to Deborah Messing from Will and Grace. Is that yay or nay? Do you believe that? Or do you not believe that? Yay if you do, nay if you don't. It kind of translates, if you have trouble remembering, just think the Y for yay kind of translates to the Y for yes. The N for nay, N for no. Yeah, just a little way of thinking about it there. Statement number 2. The movie franchise Saw Woodworking currently consists of 8 feature-length movies. Is it 8? I know there's been a bunch. I know there's been a whole heck of a bunch, but is it 8? Is it 8? That's the game, guys. I'm not going to tell you. Statement number 3. Dame Barbara Cartland, celebrated and eccentric British novelist, wrote more than 700 books over the course of her life, the first of which was titled Sawdust, something that you get a lot of in woodworking, I think. If you've never heard of Dame Barbara Cartland, you can guess with all of these, of course, the fact that they are, it's a binary thing. It's either yes or no, yay or nay. Means that you can guess all of them, and you've got a 1 in 32 chance of getting it all right. But if you haven't heard of Dame Barbara Cartland, I would advise, once the quiz is over, and only then, I would advise just having a little Bing of her. Just pop her into Bing, Dame Barbara Cartland, and just have a little read, because she is quite an incredible character. She's now dead. Statement number 4. Let's keep it light. The drummer from Whitesnake is named Dennis Sander. The drummer from Whitesnake is named Dennis Sander. Sanding. I think that's sign language for sanding. It's just a slight angle to hello and goodbye, but just that slight change of angle, sanding. Or are you saying hello to me? No. Oh, you're making some wood smoother. Good. And then the final statement of this round, the British woodworking competition show The Chop was cancelled after one of the contestants was shown with far-right facial tattoos. Facial tattoos. Advertising or promoting far-rightness. The British woodworking competition show The Chop was cancelled after one of the contestants was shown with far-right facial tattoos. It's just a simple yay or nay, guys. You're not getting a huge amount of time for this because if you don't know it, it's a gut thing. Either you know or it's a gut thing. And then this round isn't over, guys. This round is far from over because we need to have for every round, of course. See that M? That stands for musing. Here we go. You find and return a cat to its owner because you're a good person. That owner turns out to be the world's greatest woodworker. She, twist, offers to woodwork you anything you want. What do you request? You can get anything at all woodworked by this world's greatest woodworker. And bear in mind, this is the world's greatest woodworker. You could push her, yeah? If you want to push her. I mean, if you just want a bowl for your keys, get a bowl for your keys. But if you really want to push her, really push her, yeah? She can do it. She's the world's greatest. If she can't do it, literally no one else can. Those are excellent questions. Thank you, definitely. Don't know how I did, but I know I'll learn. Thank you for just summing up this whole quiz so eloquently there, definitely. If you know it, you get to show off and say, hey, yeah, I know it. If you don't know it, you learn, yeah? You learn. Overreactor, woo, totally. Well done. Nana Hobble, definitely a gut thing kind of round. And that's fine. It's nice to just I think sometimes just kind of jump in with these kind of gut feelings. How are we doing? Because then this brain's going to be engaged real soon. Overreactor knows for sure what Overreactor wants. That's wonderful to have that clarity for such a strange situation. Just bang, straight in. Respect that. And that's round one done. Gosh, already round one is done. Let's get to round two. Movie posters. That's right, it's the rando round, which changes from week to week, just so you don't get too comfortable. Keeps you on your toes. Movie posters, we've done these before. We've done several different types of movie posters, but what type of movie posters are we dealing with here? Oh, let's drag that onto the right. No, that's not the right. There we go. Oh no, I locked it, and there we go. Yep, there we go. Minimalist posters. So these are not the official posters for some movies, but they are ones that clever people do after the fact. Generally kind of summing up the film in a single image, or maybe a small handful of images, okay? I'm going to show you 5 of these. All I need to know is what these films are. Yeah? Which films are these? Let's go for number 1. And I've covered up the title and the actors or actresses with what looks like a Notme brand kind of sticking plaster. But what is that? What film does that relate to? I mean, I don't know why this one's quite easy. So if you're struggling with this one, I mean, it really just, you never know what ones people are going to know, but I would say this is on the easier end of things. It's a bit more like a catchphrase. Say what you see. If you see it, say it. Poster number 2. Ooh, what could this be? What film is this? Poster number 3. Are the hums helpful for you? Are the mms helpful? I don't know. Different strokes for different folks, I suppose. Poster number 4 coming up. Now there's a quote on this one. There's a quote on this one which might help you, depending on which type of. I mean, this is really a kind of a great reminder that for someone of my level of charisma, my kind of supernovae of charisma, it's best to watch my livetainment on as big a screen as possible. I've seen photos that people have sent me. They're, casting this onto a big, like, 50-inch television. And I think, yeah, that's where I belong. The added benefit of that is you get to read what that quote is, which is going to help you out tremendously on this. It's going to help you out tremendously. Okay? And then the final poster, I don't need to blank anything out because weirdly it doesn't even have the title on it. What's that? What's that? What is that? Does anybody need to see any of those again? I'll put that request out. Does anybody need to see any of those posters again? You can let me know while we go to the musing. This week's Rando Round Musing. What does the movie poster of your 2020 look like? Just talk me through it. Just talk me through. They've made a movie of your 2020. It doesn't have to be a global thing. Just it's quite a, I mean, it can be as big or as little as you want. It can be a ginormo action adventure a la 2012. It can be a very personal indie tale. It can be a rom-com if you're lucky enough for that kind of vibe. Or it could be one of those real fun films where you just get to watch two people argue for an hour and a half, like Revolutionary Road. Whatever you want, that's your call. But what does that poster look like? Give me the title as well if you wish. Give me the title as well. Just use your words, guys, to paint me a word picture. Yeah? Paint me a word picture of the movie poster for the movie that is based on your 2020. Gosh, what a great musing that is. Well done, Notme. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Oh my God. Next round. You'll know what that next round is, don't you? You'll know what that next round is. Look close, of course. As an artiste, you have to keep your eyes open, okay? There is inspiration flying at you all the time. How are you going to feel, guys? How are you going to feel if a spellbinding idea just passed you by and you didn't even realize because you were too busy daydreaming about what the heck the Oscars are going to be like this year? Huh? Really annoyed. That's how. So I'm about to show you some incredible art. And when I do, I want you to look close, okay? So there's going to be questions on it afterwards. So this is continuing from our little trend last week. Overreactor, this is so much fun. That's why I do it. I do it for you guys. Complimenting me, guys. So I'm going to be showing you another series of really rather wonderful old television adverts from America in the 50s and 60s. You can watch them, pay attention, try and just retain everything. everything that's happening in every frame of every single one of these, because you never know what I'm going to be asking a question on. Okay? So without further ado, please enjoy these old television adverts from the 50s and 60s, on which the copyright has lapsed.
Oh, Peggy, look at your bridesmaid's hair. And if I shampoo with this, it'll wash the body out.
Silly, don't wash out body. Cream in body with Luster Cream shampoo.
Really?
Luster Cream's in body. It's got more body-building ingredients than any leading shampoo.
Creamy lather. Dreamy body.
Looks like you're next.
Luster Cream, you've done it again.
Oh, I can't go out tonight with your father with this hair. And my shampoo washes the body out.
Don't wash out body, Mom. Cream in body with Luster Cream shampoo.
Really?
Luster Cream's in body. It has more body-building ingredients than any leading shampoo.
Creamy lather. Beautiful body.
New hairdresser, dear.
No, new Luster Cream shampoo. And a very wise daughter.
Kids are impressionable. That's why here at this station, we watch the programs and commercials your child watches carefully. He may see bad guys, but not in the role of heroes. And he'll learn that crime doesn't pay. Because your child's welfare is our concern, too. That's part of our code. The code of the National Association of Broadcasters for television and the greater public interest.
This flat tire needs a man, but when there's no man around, when there's no man around, Goodyear should be. Why? Watch this. New Goodyear Double Eagle carries its own spare inside. Lifeguard safety spare. A tire in a tire. Keeps on going. Next time, give her a second chance.
Lynch took off at 7:45 a.m., flew 2,949 miles, made 3 stops. And most of the trip still lies ahead. Now there are schedules to check, flight reports to make, a quick supper with friends before turning in. Next morning, on the go again at 6:15. Then St. Louis, Cincinnati, finally New York. Glamour job. Mary Ann has made dozens of runs like this, served hundreds of hot meals, greeted thousands of new people. It all demands a lot of charm and works out to a lot of Coke. Does Coca-Cola have the taste you never get tired of? Do we mean it when we say Coke is always refreshing? Is things go better with Coke after Coke after Coke just a slogan? Write Miss Mary Ann Lynch, Trans World Airlines, Box 7144, St. Louis, Missouri. She'll tell you.
Wow. Back when television adverts were worth a dang. Am I right? Am I right? Let's get some questions going while it's still nice and fresh in your mind. Question number 1. What is the written slogan of Luster Cream shampoo? Luster Cream shampoo. What is the written slogan? You saw it twice, so you've got no excuse. What is the written slogan of Luster Cream Shampoo. Interesting to think that's how much shampoo people used to use, i.e. not a lot at all. Tiny little pots. Are they travel size? Come on, guys. These women have got a lot of hair. a whole heck of a lot of hair. Question number 2. What animal does the small, impressionable boy befriend? He's small. He's impressionable. The people say that they're going to, look out for him by watching all of his TV shows. Which could just be, TV execs who still enjoy watching cartoons. Like, hey, no, we need to make sure that this is okay for the young guys. But they're having a blast. They're having an absolute blast. Question number 3. What does Goodyear think women can't do? What does Goodyear think women can't do? Question number 4. What is the name of the specific Goodyear tire advertised with lifeguard safety spare? Definitely not Duda. Not super happy with Goodyear right now. Not super happy with Goodyear right now. When you say right now, do you mean in the late 50s? You're not happy with Goodyear in the late 50s? Because I will remind you here, these are old-timey adverts. Okay, these are old-timey adverts and don't necessarily represent the, I'm sure, strong, very inclusive message that I'm positive Goodyear has today. 2020 Goodyear, oh my God. Probably love all kinds of women, respectfully, minorities come on board, the whole thing. Not so much. 'Twas a different time. 'Twas a different time. I'm just, as you are the resident hardcore punk rocker of the Smarties, definitely not Duda. I'm just trying to save the Goodyear guys from your wrath, which I imagine would be considerable. Overreactor, I hope they remake that commercial. Maybe. Give it a remake. Just give it a modern twist. That just says, hey, everybody's got a seat at this table. Question 5. The stewardess in the Coca-Cola advert lives in which city? Which city does the stewardess in the Coca-Cola advert live in? So this wasn't mentioned. This is a written thing. In the absolutely stunning decision to invite you to ask a stewardess question by giving out her home address. Doxing, as I believe it would be referred to these days, within a, commercially mandated or kind of agreed upon advert, corporately, that's the word I was looking for. You just say, yep, just give out her address. Just give out her address. Like I say, it's a different time. And then what's the musing? What is the musing? Well, last week we had if you were in an advert, what would you be advertising? So we can't use that this time. We can't use that this time. Overreactor, super safe. Yeah, not so much, is it? Not so much. You think you wouldn't even need to be that mental to think, well, I'll ask her my questions in person. Thank you very much. What is the musing this week then? The musing is, one of the Coca-Cola slogans is things go better with Coke after Coke after Coke. Again, it's a different time. But what word would you replace Coke with? Now, maybe you love a Coke. A cola. Maybe you love a Coca-Cola and things do go better with Coke after Coke after Coke, in which case that can be your musing. No, thank you, not me. I appreciate the offer to change it, but I'm going to stick with Coke after Coke after Coke. Thank you very much. But others of you, I imagine, if you had Coke after Coke after Coke, might just be a little, with the energy, might be talking too much, teeth fall out. There's various things that can go wrong with that. But things I imagine would go better with something after something after something. I need to know what your something is. That's what I need to know. That's what's going to keep me warm tonight, guys. Things go better with blank after blank after blank. Fill in the blank. That's the look close round. That's all done and dusted. Let's just shine a spotlight on someone, shall we? Artiste spotlight, absolutely. Game recognizes game, guys. Just because I'm an incredible artiste myself doesn't mean that I can't show a little love to other people, yeah? As an artiste, you have to be willing to shine a light on the work of other artists and be nice about it. That way, if they want to be polite, they have to say nice stuff about your art, yeah? Circle of life. It's the Wheel of Fortune. And this week, the spotlight, of course, falls upon Lucy. Not you again, Lucy. And when I say not you again, obviously thrilled to have you. Absolutely thrilled to have you. But the spotlight fell on you a few weeks ago now, didn't it, Lucy? It fell on you a few weeks ago. And so we love that you're hanging around, don't we, guys? We love that you're hanging around. But we're not going to be fielding questions on you. Doesn't mean we're not going to be thinking of you. No. Doesn't mean we're not going to be thinking of you, because we absolutely will. But just for this week, we're going to be learning about somebody else, okay? Another female, and that might be where the comparisons end. We're learning about Taylor Swift. See, definitely not Duda was happy you showed up. Definitely not Duda's happy you showed up, right? The whole gang's overjoyed to see you, Lucy. We're all big fans. The work you did on Ally McBeal. Revolutionary. What an angel for stopping by. Nana Hobob's own words. Angel. That's a quote. What a lovely quote that is, Nana Hobob. An angel. Mwah. Thank you, Lucy. Probably see you next week. Taylor Swift. We're learning about Taylor Swift. Now, yes, she's not as good as Lucy Liu. We can all agree on that. But she is one of the most successful recording artists of the last 20 years. So, give her a due, guys. Taylor Swift. Let's find out what we do or do not know about Taylor Swift. Question number one. Within one, how many Grammy Awards has Taylor Swift won? Now, when I say within one, you can get the answer on the nose, dead on. But I will also give you the point if you get one up or one down. Okay? So you've got three possible answers that you can give that will get you the point. Exactly how many Grammy Awards she's won, one more than the amount of Grammy Awards she's won, or one less. Okay? So I'm making it easy on you guys. Making it easy on you. And if you don't know, just have a guess. It's all just a lot of fun, isn't it? It's a lot of fun. Question number 2. Name either of the 2 sister albums that Taylor Swift has released in 2020. I believe, now don't quote me on this, but I believe one of them is atop the album charts as we quiz. Okay? As we quiz, she is numero 1, right at the top there, with an album entitled, if you can finish that sentence, then you get the point. Or it can be the other one that was released earlier in the year. Your call. Question number 3. Name any two people Taylor Swift has dated, according to a popsugar.com article from June of this year. I will tell you that PopSugar, I mean, I don't need to explain this, I'm sure, but PopSugar hold their articles and listicles to the highest standard of journalistic rigor. So rumors, oh, she's been rumored to say, popsugar.com don't need none of that. Popsugar.com ain't gonna publish none of that. Yeah, confirmed datings. And from June this year, she has not dated anyone new, according to Wikipedia, since it's the same person. I believe that she's been dating for a while now. So there's your context on that one. But you name any two. If you name one of them, I'm not going to give you the point. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Question number 4. Which much derided 2019 film featured an extended musical cameo by Taylor Swift? She does a bit of acting as well. I mean, you want to talk about actors. But hey, not everybody has. It's unfair to judge everybody by the preheating the oven. I'm going to have a pizza tonight. Question number 5. What is Taylor Swift's biggest selling single according to the Billboard Hot 100 chart? I know these days with streaming and downloads and all kinds of nonsense, there's a litany of different charts and whatnot. So I'm specifically the Billboard Hot 100 say that this is her biggest one. And that's your lot. That's your lot about Taylor Swift. Congratulations if you feel comfortable and confident with that. I wish you all the luck in the world. Are we done with the round? Try no. Try let's have a musing, shall we? Bosh. You meet Taylor Swift. You get into a relationship with her for a few months. She writes a song about your time together, as is her wont. What is the name of the song? You meet Taylor Swift. You get into a relationship with her for a few months. She writes a song about your time together, as is her wont. What is the name of the song? It's very much a what if type scenario. A what if. The emotes work? Oh yeah, they do. Okay, that's good. Got to test these things out, haven't you? There's your musing. I've only got one round left, guys. Only one round to go. Oh my gosh. It's getting too emotional. Not really. It's just heating up. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't have enjoyed Othello anywhere near as much had Shakespeare not been so knowledgeable about the manipulative possibilities of handkerchiefs. Artists need to know about the world around them, okay? Not just art. And so I present this round about not art. Nart. Nart. Thank you very much for the kapows and fire. I was kind of partway through my little spiel, so I didn't want to interrupt it, but I felt them, guys. I felt them. Oh, hurricane. You can't eat a hurricane. Oh. What are we learning about this week, though? Well, with the vaccines, for COVID being a thing now and being given out to all the old people, which I guess I'm all right with. We're learning about vaccines. Of course we are. We have to learn about vaccines, guys. They're very important things. And they're going to get this flippin' world back to normal. Overreactor looks like bugle chips. Oh, the small cone. You could eat those. Overreactor, you're using creative thought to take what was just an offhand comment and make it into something. Make it into truth. That's top quality work. Let's learn some stuff, shall we? Question number 1. According to the WHO experts, World Health Organization experts, what percentage of a population needs to be immunized for herd immunity to be achieved? Okay? Now, obviously, this is, you know, it varies from disease to disease. But generally, according to World Health Organization experts, what percentage of a population needs to be immunized for herd immunity to be achieved? Again, just covering myself in case anybody wants to be, you know, a little bit, say, well, I heard it was, okay, so we don't, Sarah Soda, thank you so much for getting involved. We're writing these ones down where we are in the world so that we don't help out other people. We're keeping this personal, yeah? We're keeping this personal. So you write this down on a piece of paper, or you write this down on your phone, perhaps, or spray paint it on the side of a garage, okay? But I like where your head's at. So stick with us. You're in the final round, but you can still get 6 points. 6 points from this quiz, Sarasota, and I'm pulling for you. I'm really pulling for you. TYVM. Thank you very much. Gosh, on the internet, people don't have the time to write out anything. It's wonderful. It feels like being in the 80s with all the cocaine. Number 2. You might get a Boostrix shot if you step on a rusty nail. What will it vaccinate you against? Boostrix. Everybody's getting to know each other in the chat. That's wonderful. Lovely to see. Today's strangers, tomorrow's friends. You might get a Boostrix shot if you step on a rusty nail. What will it vaccinate you against? Question number 3. Biothrax is the vaccine for which rare infection? Biothrax also would be a cool name for an alien, if anyone's writing any science fiction. Biothrax, pretty cool name for an alien race or a big bad guy. I think it's a bad guy, isn't it? The more X's you get in something, the more we think, ooh, I'm not sure I trust this person. Anna Crine, thank you, Daddy Fauci, Dr. Fauci, to those who, don't necessarily want to have that kind of relationship with him, but you do, and that's absolutely great, for burning these facts into my head. Absolutely. He burns them in because he has a lot of knowledge, but he also has a very strong accent, which you don't always associate with people with a lot of knowledge. So that kind of slight jarring, you're like, oh, okay, that's going in. Question number 4. What disease will mosquirix protect you from? Mosquirix. Now, there are clues in all of these, okay? Obviously, I'm not expecting you to be deep in with your vaccine knowledge, but there's clues in the names of all of these. Mosquirix. What does that make you think of? Mosquirix. What does that make you think of? Let's go down that little thought lane. that little thought lane, that little brain avenue, yeah? And then the final question of this entire week's quiz, guys. It's gone so quickly. 50 minutes just goes like that, doesn't it? In 1998, Andrew Wakefield published an article that speculated that there was a link between autism and the MMR vaccine, having been paid by attorneys seeking to file lawsuits against vaccine manufacturers. How many years after that did Wakefield lose his medical license in the UK due to his callous disregard, that was their quote, for the safety of children in his research? How many years did it take from when he published that article to him getting struck off the medical register? Overreactor, I hope spelling doesn't count. Can I tell you something, Overreactor? I'm going to tell you something right now. You are writing down these answers. Do you know who's marking this? You are marking this. Huh? You are marking this. Yeah? So if the spelling is good enough for you, then you get the point. If you want to be harsh on yourself, and I'm not forbidding you, certainly, if you want to say no, I'm only going to give myself the point for ones that I spell perfectly and with good script, then, you know, hey, I wouldn't want to be in your lesson, but absolutely you can do that. It is up to you, okay? Thank God. Well, thank me, really, because I made up the rules, but thanking God is also pretty good because he made me, and so it's like he is the grandfather of the idea. Yeah, could be said. And that's the final question of this quiz. The final musing. It's a good one. You get a shot that can immunize you against any one thing in the world. What do you become immune to? These are the questions. You get a shot that can immunize you against any one thing in the world. What do you become immune to? Bang, in the arm, I'm immune to. That's what I want to hear. My penmanship is on point, but my spelling, What's great about that, I appreciate the humility to be able to share that in front of relative strangers. If the penmanship is on point enough, people might just think that it's spelled right anyway. Yeah? Smoke and mirrors, baby. It does work. You think, well, I'm not sure that's how you spell. Oh, but the curl on that A, that is exquisite. Maybe this is a different regional spelling that I'm not aware of. And then you get, right? So, top quality, Nana Hobbob, my penmanship is ballpoint. You're playing with language, Nana Hobbob. You're playing with language. And it's just wonderful to see. It's wonderful to see. You're playing with language like a LeBron James plays with a basketball. Very well. That is the end of the quiz, guys. You nailed it. Well done. Let's celebrate. Is this going to work? Let me think if this is going to work. It should work. Let's see. Oh, it works.
I asked you some questions, but now the question part is done. Now let's hear some answers and find out who has won, which is everybody.
We're hearing some answers here, guys. We're hearing some answers. But before we get to the answers, as ever, here's the fact of the week. Here is the fact of the week. OMG, says Sarasota, incredible. Just keep those compliments coming, and you and I are going to get on like an absolute flipping house on fire. Here's your fact of the week. Chicago. Everybody knows Chicago. Chicago's nickname is the Windy City, but that has nothing to do with weather. It was coined in the 19th century by journalists because the people in Chicago were full of hot air, right? Full of hot air, We call it the Windy City. Bish bash bosh. That's a bit of a generalization. You might have met 3 or 4, windbaggy, full of hot air people in Chicago. I don't think that necessarily gives you the right to judge an entire city. But what that makes me think of is that's a good idea. I say well done, Chicago, for changing the narrative, right? Changing the narrative. Yeah? Like if, let's say you have a nickname of Lardy. People call you Lardy because you're slightly overweight. Maybe you invest some time into learning how to cook the best roast potatoes, right? Your roast potatoes, world renowned. And then when people eat your roast potatoes, they'll think, oh, so they're called Lardy because they use the best quality lard on their roast potatoes. Change the narrative, yeah? Like those flipping windbags in Chicago. Let's get some answers. Let's get some answers here, guys. I'm interested in getting some answers. Yay or nay? Yay or nay? Here we go. So the musing. You find and return a cat to its owner, who turns out to be the world's greatest woodworkist. She offers to woodwork you anything you want. What do you request? Do you know where you're putting this? Whatever you wrote for this answer, and Sarasota, I know you joined us late, but you can think about this right now. And when you think about what you want, I want you to put it in the chat, yeah? Put your answer to this musing in the chat, yeah? While we go through the rest of the answers. Statement number 1. Nick Offerman, the most famous celebrity woodworker, is married to Deborah Messing from Will and Grace. Nay. He is married to Megan Mullally from Will and Grace. Both from Will and Grace, but one of them's, the right answer and one of them's the wrong. That's how it works. Statement number 2. The movie franchise Saw currently consists of 8 feature-length movies. That's a yay. That is a yay. 8 feature-length movies and one more on the way. But as it stands at the moment, 8 feature-length movies. Well done if you got that one right. Question number 3. Dame Barbara Cartland, celebrated an eccentric British novelist, wrote more than 700 books over the course of her life, the first of which was titled Sawdust. Nay, it was the second book. Her second book was called Sawdust. But again, I can't impress upon you enough the joy that you will get from binging Dame Barbara Cartland. Just great. Great. Statement number 4. The drummer of Whitesnake is named Dennis Sander. Nay. The Whitesnake have had 2 drummers, Tommy Aldridge and Brian Tishy. I just made the whole thing up. One yay or nay question each week, I think, is just going to be... I'm just going to make up some nonsense. And this was that one this week. And then statement number 5. The British woodworking competition show The Chop was cancelled after one of the contestants was shown with far-right facial tattoos. Yay. Can you believe that? Showed up with some facial tattoos. People said, hey, those are kind of right-wingy. They didn't send him home. Don't just send him home. No. Cancel the whole show. That sends a strong message. A strong message to the far right. And well done, whoever was in charge of that particular British woodworking competition show. So 1 point for each of them that you got correctly. Well done if you got a lot of them, because a lot of them are not easy. Annika Ryan, a Nordic Viking ship. What scale are we talking about here, Annika Ryan? What scale are we talking about? Are we talking about one that you can sail in? That's where my heart would go to. I was like, if you're going to woodwork me anything, woodwork me a Nordic Viking ship. And then you can just pillage. I think you're legally obliged to pillage if you have a big, gigantic, bigger than you'd need. Almost like 1.5 times scale. So the wheel, it's like you can barely turn it around. Tourist chap, you can charge. Nana Hobbob, a pair of pants. Wooden pants. That's a challenge. I might worry about splinters. And if you're talking about a pair of pants, they could be very dangerous splinters in very sensitive areas, okay? So I'd advise you to really think on that. Really think on what that's going to feel like. Both the splinters getting in and then someone possibly yourself, possibly somebody else, having to get those splinters out. I don't want to rain on your parade, but it's something worth thinking about. Definitely not due to a 3-bedroom house that has wooden red pandas hidden throughout. A house with Easter eggs? Definitely. You're just thinking on a 4th dimensional plane, and I love that. I love that. 3-bedroom house. Specificity on the number of houses and the type of animal that you want to see hidden throughout. Wonderful. Knock, knock, here's a closet. Oh, there's a red panda in there. Oh, I get it. I mean, I kind of wanted to put my coat up there, but no, there's a red panda there. Wonderful. TB Douglas, an intricate rocking chair with my initials in the back. That's nice. So that people approaching the chair from behind are reminded of what your initials are. That's good. That's good. Intricate rocking chair. Although wooden, would that be comfortable? I don't know. I mean, she'd be able to make it. She's the world's greatest woodworker. Come on. Sarasota, please say to 2 one more time. I did just do it there, so if I said it again, I would actually not be. I'll do it once more. To 2. There you go. Enjoy it. Overreactor, it's true. Biggest boat to take the spoils. Absolutely. She's going to sand it down so good. Super smooth. Okay. So it's a real smooth. Again, I hate to be just really harping on the negatives here, but I would worry about mobility. Because you'd end up having to walk around like those Green Army soldiers in Toy Story and forget sitting down unless there's a very intricate hinge system. I mean, she'd say, can I just make you a flipping boat as well? She knows how to make dovetail hinges. Paper is made from trees. Guys, you guys just thrown a lot of good ideas at me here. Well done. I wish you all the best with your pair of wooden trousers. I hope they're great. Do you know what? All of these are so good. Points all round. Everybody gets a point for their musing. That's great. That's great stuff. Movie posters. It's the rando round. The musing we had. What does your movie poster of your 2020 look like? Yeah, Nana Hop-Up. Yeah, people went to bat for your wooden pants dream. And that's not easy to get from a group of strangers. So well done you. For just coming up with such a simple idea that it has inspired. It's really inspired a lot of enthusiasm. Do you know what I thought, actually? Whilst we're doing these answers, I thought, why don't we have a bit of music? Is that too loud? Is this too loud if I'm talking at this volume? Is this an acceptable volume for the music to be at? And we're gonna make sure, because volume levels for background music, perfect for you, Overreactor. That's great. I'm gonna want one more person to say that this is working for them, and then we'll move on. Wonderful volume. Thank you, guys. We got there together. So tell me about your acceptable. I mean, come on, let's get a bit more enthusiastic now. Okay, I know I poked holes in your pants, so to speak, but let's be friends again. What does the movie poster of your 2020 look like? Guys, get it in the chat, please, while we go through these answers. Question 1 was this. Ooh, what's that? It's a diamond. Ooh, what's on the diamond? It's a bit of blood. It is, of course, Blood Diamond, where Leonardo DiCaprio did what I believe to be a perfect South African accent. The diamond SmART took it out of here. Like that. This has got some people holding hands. A Facebook logo? What does that mean? Facebook logo? Are you nuts? It's the social network. So well done you if you got that one right. That one's a pretty good film. Just about a guy who's just, he's just trying his best. There's a man's head. There's lots of sea creatures in it. He's wearing a red hat. Any of those clues? Yeah, they're all clues, because it's The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, with Bill Murray. Wonderful film. So well done if you got that one right. Number 4 was this one. The quote was, they'll say why she wouldn't even hurt a fly, which I believe is actually the final line spoken in Psycho. Psycho. Scary film. Scary film. As you'd hope it would be. It's about a psycho. And then the final one, of course, with the title wasn't on it, so I'm just going to have to tell you what it is. Train lines. There's trains. There's two horses going either side of a train line. Okay, so it's like a kind of cowboy film. But then what's this in front of the train over here? Well, it's behind the poster, but you get what I mean. It's a small car. This is Back to the Future 3. If you say Back to the Future, I'm really going to leave it up to your conscience whether you're going to give it to yourself if you've written down Back to the Future and not specifically Back to the Future 3. I would err on the side of not, because they are different films, but if you want to give it to yourself, I'm not going to, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain. It's your sitch, guys. You do what you need to. What does the movie poster of your 2020 look like? Oh, look at these lovely, lovely, just chunks of text here. Thank you for just going all in on this. All in on this. Anna Karine, a very Wes Anderson style cross-section of my house with me in the kitchen failing at sourdough making. You keep at it, Anna Karine. You keep at it. I'm confident you're going to get there. Dog barking in yard, the wonderful Chewy. We've all met him on more on the Most Week show than here, but still love that guy. Absolutely love him to pieces. Partner, video gaming in basement. I mean, that's the best place to video game, isn't it? It feels very cinematic to game in a basement, locked in there, reeking of Funyuns and Mountain Dew. You've conjured an image. And it's an image of a very disparate life between yourself and your partner. And that's absolutely fine. Opposites attract, and that's wonderful. Definitely not due to a broken skateboard and an engagement ring from Nana Hobop. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A broken skateboard and an engagement ring from Nana Hobop. You guys, I wish there was something that we could do. I'm going to stand up. Cheers, guys. We're gonna. Here we go. Here we go. There's some hearts. Let's all get some hearts in the chat. Let's all get some hearts. Let's all put some hearts in the chat, and then we can celebrate. Nice. Congrats, says Overreact. Absolutely. Congrats. Let's get lots more hearts. Lots more hearts. Those purple hearts. They seem to float around pretty well. What face? No, I don't need to go into that. Oh, look at this. Wonderful stuff. This is... Oh, that was too loud. That was too loud. Congratulations to Definitely Not Duda and to Nana Hobop for your wonderful engagement. That's wonderful. Look at this. Look at this scene. Oh... Believe in love, guys. Believe in love. Oh, that's terrific. That's terrific and tremendous. What a wonderful moment we've just created among people sitting in separate rooms, in separate homes, in separate parts of this old world. People criticize the internet, but gosh, this wouldn't have been possible without the internet. That's wonderful. Well done. Well done. Nana Hobop, I'm sure he's done one about the engagement as well. A person holding half of a computer saying fix it. Oh, but remember those hearts? Remember those hearts? Oh, they were wonderful. That's good. That's good though. That's, fixing computers these days is arguably the most important thing that one can do. So well done you, Nana Hobop. Overreactor, I'm kneeling down on the ground doing artwork. Wonderful. Wonderful already. I love it already. Tons of art scattered around. Court documents strewn about. Ooh, that makes it a bit more serious. All the various characters who have lived in my house circled behind me, staring at me, needing various things. I asked you to paint a picture, Overreactor, and you've done exactly that. You have done exactly that. That's wonderful. Court documents. Gosh, there's so much that's not being said there, and that's what makes me want to watch the film. I like that a lot. TB Douglas, what do you got? What do you got? What do you got, TB? Horror/suspense film of a woman going slowly insane. Minimalist in the same style as the other movie posters, the outline of a woman pulling out her hair, red on a black background. TB. Hopefully that sounds pretty rough. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully the community can bring you from that going mad, or just go entirely mad. Because the thing, when you see a lot of mad people, a lot of the times they look like they're the ones that are kind of having the best time. You know, they're unburdened. They're unburdened with the pressures of reality. They're just doing whatever the flip they want. That's great. Put this over here. There we go. Hang in there. Absolutely, hang in there. Hang in there, TB. You're being melodramatic. Okay, well that's good. I love a good melodrama. One of my favourite TV shows of all time is The OC, so that should tell you something. Wonderful. Was that all the ones we did? Yeah. I'm getting lost. I'm getting lost in the celebrations and the revelations. Actually, gosh, we're all getting pretty deep in this. Where are we going next? Look close. Obviously, points all round for that. Points all round. If I could give you more than 1 point for getting engaged, definitely not Duda. I would, but that would be against the rules. That would be against the rules, because then people would just start getting engaged specifically to get the points on a Tuesday evening, and that's not a world I want to live in. Look close. The musing was one of the Coca-Cola slogans is "Things go better with Coke after Coke after Coke." What word would you replace Coke with, guys? Get it in the chat. Get it in the chat. As we go through the questions. What is the written slogan of Luster Cream Shampoo? Luster Cream Shampoo. The written slogan is, of course, creams in body. I did think I would have to censor that in some way, but unbelievably... Oh, some more hearts. Oh, that's from TB. Thanks, guys. Gosh, we're all just... It's just a lot of love going on right now, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Yeah, I did think I'd have to censor that, but incredibly enough, creams in body is not a dirty phrase. Question number 2. What animal does the small, impressionable boy befriend? I'm going to give you some leeway on this one, because I don't exactly know what it is, but it's like a tortoise or a turtle or a terrapin or something like that. Something with a shell. Something with a shell and a little wrinkly face. So well done if you got that right. Question number 3. What does Goodyear think women can't do? Can't change a tyre, apparently. Can't change a tyre. Which I think is the big the flaw. As you say, we weren't particularly happy with Goodyear for that. And I think that's a dangerous style of thinking as well, because the way that women are really going to hurt you is when you start underestimating them. Yeah? When you underestimate them, then they're really just going to get to you, okay? So just, if anything, overestimate them. If you want peace, prepare for war, etc. Question number 4. What is the name of the specific Goodyear tyre advertised with lifeguard safety spare? The name of the type of tyre was the Double Eagle. It's the Double Eagle. Nice, subtle name there. Question number 5. The stewardess in the Coca-Cola advert lives in which city? She lives in, lucky girl, St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri. Well done her for living in St. Louis, Missouri. And well done you if you got any of those right. 1 point each for each of the things. They're all 1 point. I don't know why I keep on pointing that out. 1 point each. One of the Coca-Cola slogans is "Things go better with Coke after Coke after Coke." What word would you replace Coke with? What have we got? What have we got here? What have we got? Nana Hobble, puppy. Impossible to say that that's a bad answer. Puppy after puppy after puppy. That's great. Unless you're eating them. Overreactive paycheck. Paycheck after paycheck after paycheck. That's good. I like that. I like that. Love it. Loving that little bit of money. That little bit of money rolling in. Unless they're all coming in the same month, in which case you're a person with multiple revenue streams, just like Jay-Z. Just like Jay-Z. definitely not due to laugh. Yeah, we all like to laugh, don't we? We all like to laugh. Some people say that my shows are funny. Sometimes some videos that I've posted, people have said that they're funny. That's not something that I go for generally, due to a little bout of bullying when I was a teenager. It's one of my disabilities now, actually. One of my disabilities is that I find it very difficult to discern whether people are laughing with me or laughing at me. So laughter can be quite a troubling thing, but it does just feel good to laugh yourself, doesn't it? It does feel good to laugh yourself. We all enjoy a nice laugh. TB Douglas, sleep after sleep after sleep. Things go better. A bit more rest, working out problems a little bit easier in your head. You're a bit more rested up. You're a bit more able to get on top of things. I like that. I like that a lot. Vacation, Anna Karine. Yeah, that's real good. Vacation, vacay after vacay after vacay. Absolutely. That's great. Points all around, guys. Those are some terrific answers. And, telling me, again, just filling out these pictures that I have in my head of who you guys are. Yeah, just great stuff. Great stuff. RT Spotlight, shall we? RT Spotlight. Let's do it. Let's do it. We were learning about, of course, Taylor Swift. There she is in a lovely red dress. The musing was you meet Taylor Swift, get into a relationship with her for a few months, you write a song about your time together, as is her wont. What is the name of the song? Overreactor, doesn't matter if they're laughing with you or at you as long as you're happy and confident. Screw what they're laughing at. Well, that is a lovely sentiment. That is a lovely sentiment, Overy, and I do appreciate that. Unfortunately, a lot of my happiness and confidence is tied up in what other people think of me. But I'll do my best. I'll absolutely do my best. Get these in the chat, guys. What's the name of your Taylor Swift breakup song? Yeah? Get it in the chat. Here we go. Question number 1. Within one, how many Grammy Awards has Taylor Swift won? 10. She's won 10 of them. So if you wrote 9, give yourself a point. 10, give yourself a point. 11, give yourself a point. 12, bad luck, hombre. Just one out. Question number 2. Name either of the 2 sister albums that Taylor Swift has released in 2020. It's Folklore and Evermore. And incredibly, even though one of these is at the top of the charts right now, and incredibly, even though I did a lot of research on Taylor Swift this week to write this round, I couldn't tell you which one of these is at the top of the charts right now. It's one of the powers of Taylor Swift. She's just kind of there, but not in any very specific way. Question number 3. So if you got either of those, then you get the point. Well done. Name any 2 people Taylor Swift has dated according to a popsugar.com article from June of this year. Now, this one, you're going to need 2 of them. You're going to need 2 of them, okay? Joe Jonas, Lucas Till, Taylor Lautner, John Mayer, Jake Gyllenhaal, Connor Kennedy, Harry Styles, Calvin Harris, Tom Hiddleston, excuse me, a little bit of gas there, and Joe Alwyn. Joe Alwyn is the one that she's currently with. It seems to have found some level of lasting happiness with him, so good luck to the pair of them. Joe Jonas, singer. Lucas Till, actor. Taylor Lautner, actor. John Mayer, singer. Jake Gyllenhaal, actor. Connor Kennedy, no idea. Harry Styles, singer. Calvin Harris, singer. Tom Hiddleston, actor. Joe Alwyn, again, no idea. Any 2 of them will get you the point. Question number 4. Which much derided 2019 film features an extended musical cameo by Taylor Swift? It was Cats. She was a cat who was entirely nude except for wearing shoes. It's a thinker. It's a thinker, that film. A real thinker. And then question number 5. What is Taylor Swift's biggest selling single according to the Billboard Hot 100 chart? It was Shake It Off. Hate is going to hate. I just want to... Shake it off. Shake it off. Boo boo boo. Wonderful song. A lot of pep, a lot of energy, a lot of vim and vigor. You meet Taylor Swift, you get into a relationship. What are the names of some of these songs? What are the names of some of these songs? Here we go. Anna Ryan, Mutual Muse. Ooh, Mutual Muse. There's a bit of alliteration in there. I'm a big fan of alliteration. We all know that at this point. That's lovely. That's lovely. You've inspired her. She's inspired you. It hasn't worked out for whatever reason, but you've shaken hands and you've wished each other well. That's lovely. That's lovely. Nana Hobob, Oreo addict, parentheses, I'm not worthy. Oh, I love a parentheses in a song title. The idea that they've written a song title and just thought, no, I need to say something more. I need something more here. Oreo addict, who isn't? Would really, I'd go for an Oreo right now, actually. Maybe I'll have one after my pizza. I'm not worthy. That's great. That's great. That's great. But let me tell you something. If you're eating a lot of Oreos, you're worthy in my book. That's great. Overreactor, maybe I'm too much, but you are not enough. Oh, so Overreactor's now painting a picture of maybe slightly a disharmonious breakup there. Maybe where somebody's, thinking they're a little bit better than the other. And obviously it's not specified in that, whether it's Overreactor thinking that Overreactor is better than Taylor Swift thinking they're better than Overreactor. But really, it's intriguing, isn't it? It's intriguing. You just, that kind of, the way that you just love watching drama. It's really, really good. Super disharmonious. Wow. Getting the claws out. Who's in Cats now? And definitely not Duda. Long drives and dive bars. That's great. That's great. That's a lovely, I'd imagine a nice country vibe to that one. That's great. That's great. She stole the line I said to her upon our breakup and made a Fing song about it. That's great. So that's a direct quote from you. Maybe I'm too much, but you're not enough. Wow. You're too much, Overreactor. You're too much for Taylor Swift to handle. Like that. Sounds like her earlier work, in my honest opinion. Yeah, absolutely. Did TB have what? No, just conscientiously objecting from that one. That's absolutely fine. I mean, in our imaginary breakup, if you believe it, Ovary, it becomes real. Yeah? If you believe hard enough. And that's the truth. TB, oops. I mean, it's a little derivative of a, things fall apart in my heart. Wow. Maybe some kind of pulmonary complaint. That's interesting. Things fall apart within my heart. Getting down into the very ventricular issues. I thought I'd put it in already. Is that the other name? Sorry, that's a bit naughty, isn't it? That's a bit naughty. Let's try and keep it PG, guys. Let's try and keep it PG. Very Swifty. I thought I put it in already. What's the music for the Knot round? You get a shot that immunises you against any one thing in the world. What do you become immune to? Get it in the chat, guys. Get it in the chat. Woo! Get it in the chat. Here we go. I thought Question number 1. According to a World Health Organization experts, what percentage of the population needs to be immunized for herd immunity to be achieved? According to the article that I read, 65 to 70%. 65 to 70%. It's not filth, TB. It's not filth. It's you led me there you laid a trap for me. I don't like that. Women. Question number 2. You might get a booster shot if you step on a rusty nail. What will it vaccinate you against? Of course, rusty nails will give you tetanus. Or tetanus. Either way is good. I'm fine with either way. Well done if you got that one right. Biothrax is the vaccine for which rare infection? The thrax is the most important bit here because the infection is anthrax. There was a clue. Question number 4. What disease will mosquirix protect you from? Mosquirix, mosquitoes. Mosquitoes give you Malaria, of course they do. They love to give you malaria. That's pretty much their whole thing. Well done if you got that one right. And then there's big ass long question. 1998, Andrew Wakefield published an article that speculated that there was a link between autism and the MMR vaccine having been paid by attorneys seeking to file lawsuits against vaccine manufacturers. How many years after that did Wakefield lose his medical license in the UK due to his callous disregard? That's a direct quote from the UK Medical Board for the safety of children in his research. I'm going to pop that answer just right in the corner there. Boom. 12 years. 12 years. So it took a while. Published it in 98. Didn't get struck off till 2010. But yeah, was gotten rid of. They said no thank you. No thank you. But hopefully he got lots of money for it, you know. Hopefully he took his money and ran, or was forced to run. Musing, you get a shot that can immunize you against any one thing in the world. What you become immune to? What have we got? Seasonal allergies. Nana Hobber. Fair enough. I mean, there are, I suppose, pills. No, don't want a pill. Just give it a shot in the arm, and I'm done. I hope that your eyes and nose are not streaming anymore. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Anna Karine, hangovers. Ooh, Anna Karine. That's more of a rock and roll answer that I expect from Definitely Not Judah there, but that's a great shout. Just go and just booze it up all over town, and get up fresh as a daisy, ready to do some running and or brunch. Great. That's a really good one. I like that. Overreactor, lies. Oh, overreactor yet again. You're dropping these breadcrumbs that hint to a very interesting life. And I'm loving the little tapestry that we're building up there. But lies would be great. Being able to discern whether something, there'd be some kind of sheen over your eyes, that anytime somebody lied, I don't know, nose growing might be too much, but maybe they change colour slightly. That's great. Sunburn, says TB. Yeah, that'd be great. Not having to worry about the sun. As a terrifically pale chap, sometimes do come across as having a slightly white-grey complexion. I'm with you on that. I'm signing up to all of these so far, guys. That's great. Bad co-workers, says Definitely Not Judah. Bad. Again, just kind of, it's descriptive, but it's also vague in a way that just says, in what way do you think they're bad, not me? And my mind is just going berserk. It's great. Ovary, is that the same as West Nile? West Nile virus. I don't know. Let's see. West Nile virus. Malaria. Is it the same? Difference between malaria and West Nile virus? I'm afraid not, Ovary. West Nile virus is not the same as malaria, so you do not get a point for writing West Nile virus. That's a shame. Definitely, I'm already immune to hangovers. Of course you are. Just by chewing nails and listening to loud music. That's great. Looking it up, I shouldn't have said anything loud. No, absolutely. I'm here to fact check, guys. We want to make sure this, what about this whole quiz has made you think this is anything but a very intellectually rigorous quiz? Okay. Points all round for those immunization questions there. That was great. So let's head right back to Maine. Bosh. Here we go. Which means, of course, that you now have all of the points that you're going to have in this quiz. You've got them all. So what I'm going to say, just before, as you tot up your scores, I want to remind you that in this quiz, aside from the yay or nay subject choice, you're only competing against yourself, okay? There is no point threshold to being smart. If you've got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get, you are smart, okay? I will say, if you're watching this on YouTube, not live, make sure you write down your score and your musing answers in the comments below, because I would love to hear how you did. I would love it. I would love it. So let's get these answers. Let's get these results in the chat. Give it a quick bing. Absolutely. Absolutely. I gave it a quick bing, Nana Hobob, and it came back with a real positive result, as binging often does. As binging often does. Nana Hobob with a 24. That's outstanding. Wonderful stuff. TB with a 23. Also tip-top. Overreactor 17. What a result. What a result, Overy. That's great stuff. That's great stuff. Anna Karai 19. Well done, you. That's lovely. And definitely not Duda. Wow. 24 again. Just continuing to be the gold standard against which everybody else is judged. So we do have a tie. And I, as ever, have not thought about a tiebreak. So what we're going to do, so I have in front of me, this is the best show ever. Thank you for that, Overy. That's great. If you think this is good, I would also recommend checking out the Most Week show on Sundays at 9 a.m. Pacific. It's a little early for some people, but it really does it lifts the spirits. It really, really does. I'm going to say, okay, so I have a battery in front of me, and I have a memory stick in front of me, okay? They're both in front of me. One of them looks like this. That's the battery. One of them looks like this. That's a memory stick, okay? So I'm going to pick up one of them, and one of definitely not Duda and Nana Hobob. Call it. What am I holding in my hand? Battery or memory stick? Definitely not Duda says battery. Unfortunately, it's memory stick. I'm so sorry, which means Nana Hobob is the high point scorer. Well done to you, Nana. Yeah, memory stick. Absolutely fantastic. Which means that you get to choose what next week's yay or nay round is. What I will say, Nana Hobob, and this, normally people get free reign, and you absolutely have free reign. What I'm going to ask you is to make it something Christmassy. I'm going to try and make next week pretty Christmassy, and so if the yay or nay round can be Christmassy in some way, then that would be nice. Okay. But well done, Nana Hobob. What we're going to do, whilst you think of your topic, this week is a Most Week show. It is the Christmas special of the Most Week show, which is going to be absolutely tippity-toppity, and it's going to be an Acolyte Poetry Corner week. What is it on? Well, watch this video and find out. Write me a poem about Christmas. About any aspect of Christmas. Could be the food, could be the presents, could be the fun Christmas jumpers, could be the tree, could be the tinsel, could be the snow, could be Father Christmas himself, could be about the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature is generally stirring, not even a mouse. But don't write that poem. That poem's already written. There we go. So write me a poem about Christmas, any aspect of Christmas. Email it to iamnotme@gmail.com. Do we have the email up here? There we go. iamnotme@gmail.com. Email it to me, and we'll read them out on Sunday. Nana Hobob has gone with carols, which is a great choice. That's really, really good. I didn't even think of that as a possibility, but I'm very, very pleased that you have picked carols. So there we go, guys. Gosh. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Congratulations, obviously, to Nana Hobob, but also well done to Definitely Not Duda on the engagement and the fantastic result. Congratulations to Anna Karine. Thank you so much for joining me. Overreactor, thank you very much for being a part of this. I hope we've convinced you to come back for another time around the Maypole. Thank you to TB Douglas. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to, what was her name? Sarah something? Sarasota, thank you if you're still watching. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. If you're all in overreactive, feel free to tell a friend as well. There's no cover charge, and we'd love to have them. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all learned something. I hope you all had fun, and I hope you all felt creative all at the same time. I am not me. I am Art, and I hope you will join me next week, same time, same place, for another opportunity to say to yourself, hey guys, I am smart. All the best, guys. I'll see you next week, and also maybe on Sunday, right?
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though prob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart.